You are listening to GZR, Ground Zero Radio, the very best of Orange County's original music scene and beyond. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Welcome to GZR, Ground Zero Radio. In the house, Michaela Compton, Mike Karen, and Tris Mahaffey. How's everybody doing on this Monday night?
Wonderful. Yeah, doing good.
Excellent.
I know. It was a fast week, huh? We're back here already.
Zoom.
Zippity zoom.
Seems like a mere 7 days.
Something like that.
It was just 7 days ago. Was it 7 or 6?
Ah, good point.
Ooh, math. You told me there'd be no math.
I'm a musician. I don't know math.
4-4.
Mike, Karen, what's happening in the news?
Well, happy National Clean Your Computer Day.
Never going to happen.
I know, but you got to set it just like changing the smoke alarm batteries and stuff. You never do it, but you
you
should or have a day to do it. Also, today marks the beginning of National Jell-O Week. Hey, Jell-O's not just for shots, kids.
The gelatin is good for nail growth and hair growth.
Good, that's true.
There's always room for Jell-O.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so today in music history, in 1981, Rush released their new album, Moving Pictures, featuring Tom Sawyer, Limelight, and YYZ.
Huge.
Becomes the best-selling album in the Rush discography.
I bet.
And fun fact, The Camera Eye, one track on the album, is the last 10-minute long song Rush ever recorded in the studio.
Wow. Masterpiece record.
You said last?
Yeah.
The last 10-minute long song.
Oh, the last 10-minute long song.
Exactly. No, it was not their last song ever. No, it's the last 10-minute song. But
all right.
Again, the album remains their best-selling. Some notable birthdays this week. Today, that crooner kind of dude, Michael McDonald.
Oh, good.
And China Phillips. Tuesday, happy birthday goes out to Peter Gabriel and Henry Rollins. Two different worlds.
Genres. Yeah.
Totally there. Thursday, Kinks drummer Mick Avery and vocalist, singer, songwriter, and actress Melissa Manchester.
How about that?
Isn't that awesome?
Birthday.
And Saturday we got happy birthday goes out to Ricky Medlock and Leonard Skinner and Blackfoot.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, and here's some shows this week. Tuesday we got Porno for Pyros at the Observatory in Santa Ana.
Excuse me?
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's their, again, final tour kind of thing. So we're seeing. Tuesday and Wednesday night, we got Tool at the Crypto.com Arena. It's a little further up that way. For all our listeners that are watching me give directions. Thursday, we got Michael Now at the Wayfarer over there. And
Get over there.
Friday, we got the Dwarves at the Tiki Bar in Costa Mesa. And also Friday, we got Smash Mouth at the Riverside County Fairgrounds.
Wow.
And that's the news.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Karen.
Boom. Excellent.
Job well done, as
Also,
usual.
locallivemusic.us. If anyone out there in Orange County and a little bit beyond Orange County, actually, San Diego and into inland area, Riverside County, locallivemusic.us. They have this incredible listing of live music gigs and times and venues. And so if you are a performing musician, you can go to their website, locallivemusic.us, and you can scroll down to the bottom. You can add your gig to the list. It's an incredible list put together by Terry Anderson, and it's just another way to advertise your live gig for free.
Yeah.
For
Very
free.
comprehensive.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yes. Also, Orange County Writers Round, hosted by Ron Maxim. That is hot every Tuesday night. He is doing that weekly now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's coming up on his 1-year anniversary, and we're going to have him here in the studio to tell us all about it and play some of his songs soon.
Right on.
Soon. All right. So in the studio with us tonight, we have the one and only, the incredible, the magnificent Jack in the Vox.
Hey now.
Hey. Welcome.
What an introduction.
How about
Thank
that,
you.
huh? The one and only.
Yes,
one of us.
Absolutely.
She was mainly describing Victoria, I think.
I heard Jack at the beginning of that.
Yes.
There's some Jack in there.
There's a little Jack in everyone.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yes.
When? Where?
My Coca-Cola.
With some Diet Coke. Good to have you in the studio.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having us.
So tell us a little bit about your duet. How did this all come about?
I think through the matrimony of marriage, this came about. We've been playing together since we've been married, and that's pretty much since we've been playing together.
How about that? Let's get married and play music.
Yeah, that's pretty much that was
In
the
that
plan,
order.
right?
Yeah. That is a great summation right there.
Yeah.
That summarizes all of it right there. That's awesome. But didn't you guys meet like years ago in college?
We did. We met at the Berklee College of Music in 1998. And
She wouldn't have anything to do with me back then, so we were just friends. But then years later, was it 18 years later, we bumped into each other at the Anaheim Convention Center at one of the NAMM shows in 2016, and we eloped 2 months later. It was that fast.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way. I don't mess around.
That's a real NAMM jam.
Some people get the flu from NAMM. I got married.
Right.
I think that's an awesome thing because I already know what you two sound like, and our audience is about to be blown away by your very unique sound. And I love your unique sound.
thank you.
We hear so much around here. We've heard it all. So we love when people come in here and show off their uniqueness.
Thank you for having us. This is going to be fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, lead us into your first song.
All right.
How about a breakup song?
Sure.
Right off the bat.
Front row.
Show's over, folks. No. This one we wrote. Wouldn't it be funny to write a song about breaking up? And so we did.
That's pretty funny.
It's less about breaking up, but just taking space. Sometimes you just need a little space.
Yeah.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
This is called Leaving Without Goodbye.
For the sickness, your words are rolling all around my head. I wish you hadn't said it. My eyes are wide in the darkness. I keep on tossing, turning in our bed. I'm trying to forget it. I'm leaving without goodbye. I tried. I'm leaving without goodbye. Don't ask why. I just need time. I hear the calling in the distance. Could it be the voices in my heart? I'm afraid of what they're saying. In my mind there's a difference. Sometimes we're better off when we're apart. And my patience is fading, and my feelings are changing. I'm leaving without goodbye. Lord knows I've tried. I'm leaving without goodbye. Why? I just need time.
knows I tried. I'm leaving without goodbye. Don't ask why. I'm leaving without goodbye. Lord knows I tried. I'm leaving without goodbye. Don't ask why. I just need Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Love those harmonies.
Thanks.
Yummy.
It's what's for dinner.
Is it? Well,
That's right.
Well, I'm digging that for sure.
We had a 2-course meal on that one.
Yeah.
Well, that was a Jack and the Vox original called Leaving Without Goodbye. Victoria is also quite an incredible songwriter in her own right and has plenty of songs that we also dip into and borrow from.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
actually, yeah. So doing some research on you both. Yes, and we've
You
had...
looked that up, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
She's
what
very
I do.
I was young.
That's what
I was
do.
very young.
I won't hold it against you. All right. I won't hold anything against
thank
you. I
you.
promise. No. Yeah. Victoria has been in the studio with us before, doing her like solo project, solo songs. She had her board and everything, and she was live looping and doing her mouth trumpet for us, and that was so incredibly awesome. And I looked up you as well,
Uh-oh.
and I understand that
She was
you
saying.
also have another project.
I have a few irons in the fire. I'm in a couple of different bands. One's called Feed the Kitty,
Yes.
and another called Pet Project,
Awesome.
which is a combination of two bands, Feed the Kitty and another band called Pet the Dog. I know.
What?
You can't make this up. But for years and years, we've been both playing around Southern California. In fact, there were certain nights at the Hennessy's in Laguna Beach where Feed the Kitty was upstairs and Pet the Dog was downstairs.
Oh, wow.
So
the
how
same
did you
spot.
do that? How did you do that?
So how did I do
You
it?
went upstairs for one
staircase.
song and ran down this.
That particular venue is two different levels.
Yeah.
So when you're upstairs, you're in a whole different world.
Yes.
So we would bump into each other over the years, and then eventually we're like, hey, let's start jamming together, and then we
I
created a
see.
Pet Project, which is our side project, aptly named.
Awesome.
And right now we have 2 billboards on Sunset Strip in Hollywood for both projects. We finagled our way and
Wow.
pulled some shenanigans and got a couple
Yeah.
billboards up. So we're very excited for that. We just released a new album called Sidewalk to Nowhere, which is on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff. And last year, Feed the Kitty released their new record, which was called Lost and Found. It's hard keeping all this stuff straight, but business is good, especially after the pandemic wiped us out pretty good. So we're glad to be back.
Great
Yes,
to hear.
awesome. And I will, if it's okay with you, I will be talking to you about possibly bringing
If you want to
that
bring those
into
guys
the
in
studio.
here,
Yes.
it's on you.
Well, I do have bodyguards,
That sounds like
that's
a
true.
warning.
so
We can take care of business.
We're animal lovers.
Yes.
yeah. So tonight we are talking to the duet of Victoria Vox and Jack as Jack and the Vox, and I love this collaboration. It's just, you know, what a sweet thing you have.
Thank you.
Thank
We've written
you.
a few love songs too for your saccharine tooth, if that's your idea
Yes,
of
I
a
do.
Valentine,
Saccharin,
Yeah.
aspartame.
That's coming up, I heard.
isn't it?
Yeah, we figured we'd do some love songs as well.
Sure.
I always know when it's
Perfect
Valentine's
timing.
Day when it's Darwin's birthday. Then I have a few days to prepare.
When it's Darwin.
That's how I tell.
You keep track of Darwin's
I
birthday.
do.
Okay.
My phone tells me every year.
It's Darwin's birthday.
That's awesome.
Well,
On
let's
so
hear
many
it.
levels.
Sing us a love song.
All right, so this one is called Bloom, and it's a song that I wrote with Lily Lemon and Wobbles, a songwriter who goes by Wobbles, Eric. And it was at the Holiday Music Motel during a songwriting event where we write songs, love songs around Valentine's Day, inspired by artwork. And so this is called Bloom. And it's just a love song about opening up to your lover.
You proved that you would wait for me. Forced flowers never grow. If it's love you wanna cultivate, you reap what you sow. And there's no need to hesitate. We'll both be satisfied. I'm yours, you're mine. You make me come alive. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'll do anything you want me to. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'm ready. I see it when you're close to me, a longing deep below. I'm not just a pretty rose, but a window to your soul. There's so much more that I can give, with nothing left to hide. I'm sweet inside, you are my butterfly. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'll do anything you want me to. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'm ready. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'll do anything you want me to. Baby, I'll bloom for you. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Wow.
Just in time for spring.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
That was
Thank you.
stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah. The orchestration of the instruments.
It's
And
amazing.
the tap delay just really is cool.
Right.
I appreciate a man who likes a good tap delay.
Right. I was
Jack's
Yeah.
best friend.
That's besides my wife. My best friend is
It's
my
very
tap
helpful.
delay.
Save there, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was so stunning. I was just melting. Thank you. Melting.
Thank
wow.
Yeah, if
I-
you closed your eyes, you almost think you were listening to a recording.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
so
it's that-
spot on.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I know. excellent
Yes.
live performers.
That's the compliment we were looking for, honey.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we all know that there's a vast difference between live performance and what comes out of a studio, and sometimes it could be day and night difference, right?
Yes.
And we appreciate both, but live performance, those musicians who are just polished in every aspect, whether it's live, whether it's Victoria by itself, whether it's Jack with Feed the Kitty, meow. We over here, we appreciate how polished you are in every setting, even in this teeny tiny studio where we squeezed you in here.
That's why we took a shower before we got
Well,
here.
thank you so
welcome.
much
We
for
did
that.
We're polished everywhere.
Thank you. You guys are so much fun. That was stunning. I don't
Yeah,
even know
beautiful.
where we go from there.
Thank you.
Because
Right.
We don't have the opportunity to perform that often together anymore. During the pandemic, we were, stuck in our house together 24/7, and we did the Best Medicine show
Yes.
on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/Jack and the Vox, you can find all 153 episodes.
Oh, wow.
And watch from the beginning, us slowly losing our minds.
That's pretty cool. I'm going to look for that for
And
sure.
the first 100 shows, we found a system that worked for us that would keep us engaged, but also the audience. So we would do 2 songs every day at 5 p.m., and it was 1 original and 1 cover. And the first 100 days, we didn't do a single repeat.
Wow.
So it was 100 original songs and 100 covers. And then eventually we started having themes and turning things into skits to incorporate the 2 songs and costuming and
Costuming, good.
It's like we're still locked in the house.
I don't think we re-wore a single outfit.
We went through our entire wardrobe for sure. Have you ever seen Mystery Science Theater?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
So the premise is that they shoot this guy into space and subject him to a bunch of terrible movies to
Right.
study his mind and what
Yeah.
happens to it. That's sort of what was happening during the pandemic.
Right.
When it was like
It was
you
a
have a
home
show
version.
every day. You have a show, and I thought, 2 songs a day, no big deal. That's cakewalk. No. Because you're doing it on the internet where it lives forever.
Sure.
And these
Hey.
songs, some of them are very intricate and need a lot of rehearsal. So sometimes we're practicing 2 weeks in advance for some of these songs.
Yeah.
It was a way to keep our minds occupied and our time occupied when they took away all of our shows. So Victoria does festivals; those were gone.
Yeah.
Our claim to fame as Feed the Kitty is that we would do over 300 shows a year. And around Southern California, that was go from
Bars and restaurants and
bars, restaurants,
hotels,
weddings,
Yeah.
brisses. We don't care. And and then all of a sudden we 300 to 0, and it was like I went into kind of a depression and thought, I'm gonna lose my mind. Tori had the idea to do the show, and so
He
thank
calls me
you, babe.
Tori, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Cute.
My spouse had the idea.
We know your secrets. So Jack in the Box.
Yay.
Yes.
What do you have up your sleeves?
This next song is perfect for Valentine's Day.
And it
which
was
is
the first song we wrote together.
I was about to say that. See, she takes the words right out of my mouth.
Love is in the air.
And this is called All
I
About
put them
Love.
there.
Yes. And this is the first song we wrote together. And
Jack had started the chorus idea, and actually the first night we were hanging out, not yet engaged or even dating, we were just hanging out after NAMM and playing this song in the chorus and strike the last chord, and Jack was like, "Will you marry me?"
Aw.
Before we even kissed.
real?
Yeah.
Before you ever
We never even kissed.
You didn't even know if the kissing worked.
I didn't
And
have
you
no
were-
clue.
But you knew something.
Sort of knew.
And
You
then
just
I
knew
said
you
yes,
knew.
and that was, we were married 2 years later. But I flew home. I was
Months.
living in Baltimore, Maryland at the time.
Hold
2
on.
months later.
Months or years?
2 months.
Okay. Just want to clarify.
Yeah. Yeah. Why wait? But
That's
I was living in Baltimore, and so I flew back home, and the song just kind of stuck in my head, and I was like, "Can I write some verses?" So
And she's been trying to change everything about me ever since.
And we did actually just change up the groove to this song.
We did. This is a new version of this old song.
So this is kind of a new...
And I'll be sporting the bass-a-lele.
Yeah.
For this.
See that? That's a pretty neat
awesome
instrument.
This is an
Holly
awesome
bass.
axe, dude.
Yeah, it's got
I love
good
this
tone.
thing. 1, 2, 3.
It's been so long since I picked up the telephone. Words are buried inside, but it's time I should let you know. Life comes and goes so fast, so I'm opening my heart while I have the chance. People always screaming, never listening to the words they say. Missing out on all the feelings that'll take all of those tears away. 'Cause it's all about love. It's what it's all about. All about love. It's what it's all about. A power so strong for reasons you can't deny. Love will make you feel free. You will see it can make you fly. And I'll find its way to you when you give up on the anger we're so used to. People always screaming, never listening to the words they say. Missing out on all the feelings that'll take all of these blues away. 'Cause it's all about love. It's what it's all about. All about love. It's what it's all about. Cause it's all about love. It's what it's all about. All about love. It's what it's all about. All about love. All about love. It's what it's all about. All about love.
Yes, it is.
That's right. And Netflix.
Yeah.
It was interesting you mentioned about how many songs you wrote during the COVID and the lockdown and everything. I'm right there with you because I actually wrote one.
Oh, right on.
Just one.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, there's the only difference is the 0 0.
Couple zeros off.
We
Yeah.
didn't
I got one done.
We didn't write 100 during the pandemic. We just played 100 of songs. But we did, I think I wrote like 28 or something. So.
Yeah, we weren't resting on our laurels. We were making lemonade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were. Yeah. You put that time to good use. And I know it was driving you and everybody else crazy by the end of it. I am gonna watch all the way. It'd be interesting to watch it from start to finish,
It
like you said.
really would.
Just to watch them
Binge
lose their
watch it.
minds, like you said.
Oh, you will watch. You will see the unraveling.
And you also, and when it all started, we were all kind of thrown into this, we need to be streaming on the internet. We need to know how to run sound equipment and a camera. And so for
lighting and makeup.
So like for the first 40 shows, we were using our built-in webcam on our desktop, which was okay.
Yeah.
But we were more interested in having the sound be good. So
if we're talking about this, because the problem was I was watching even big names in the business. They're getting on the internet with a cell phone in front of them, blowing a saxophone into it, and it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
And it was this weird moment in time where people are like, "Oh shoot, we got to be on the internet," and people were not prepared.
Yeah.
So I took like about a week to try to figure out how to get the sound right. Because that was the most annoying thing about the pandemic was watching bad sound,
critiquing
on your
YouTube
friends'
channels.
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
I like how you said watching bad sound.
Yes.
Well, that's what it
the
is.
truth.
Yeah. Sure.
We all were watching it. We were all in that same conundrum.
And we probably could have done something where we were more directly plugged in with a crisper sound.
We ended up going with
two condenser room mics.
Two room mics, condenser high-powered mics that we could then, as we're wearing headphones, gauge the levels in the room.
Right.
And just kind of like how we're doing now, we would play through an amp, and then the room was our mic.
But then that also worked for when we were doing skits and couldn't wear headphones, that it would still pick up our voices.
It would pick
in
up
the
our
room.
dialogue.
Yeah. This sounds fun.
I like the
I gotta check this out.
I like the episode where we were at the drug rehab center.
But is this inside your house?
You're so
pretending?
everything took place in our studio, which also has a Murphy bed, which we only dropped down one for one episode. We did the bed in with like the John Lennon
We did Give Peace a Chance. She was Yoko.
And but we would decorate the room for whatever holiday we were celebrating, or make it an office, or make it a rehab center, or a morning television show studio, whatever the skit called for.
And the scientists were gauging our mind the entire time. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, right?
One episode, Jack got me drunk. Only once.
For reals? For reals?
Oh yeah, he made me do shots.
That's great.
Oh,
We played Lime in the Coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song.
Yes.
I love the Lime in the Coconut song.
We're big Harry Nilsson fans.
How much fun, the two of you, and so creative. What an awesome. I'm going to binge watch it.
Somebody's going to do a dissertation on you.
Yeah, right?
Write a book on the observations of your show during the pandemic, and watching from the beginnings, trying to figure out all the different elements you had to learn all of a sudden that you were thrown into with the lighting and how to make it sound good and look good and all of that, and then the unfolding.
It was kind of like a reality
unraveling.
show.
Yeah.
In a way.
Totally.
Yeah.
And there were some rehearsals that we didn't get the songs right a single time, but then it was 5 o'clock and we're like, we got to go live. Here we go.
Here we go.
And we would magically power through the songs, and we'd be done. We'd be high-fiving, like, we did it.
Uh-oh, we have a show tomorrow. What are we going to do?
Yeah. So our routine was kind of, do the show, check to make sure the sound worked, so we didn't have to redo the show. And then we'd go for a walk, make dinner, and talk about what we were going to do tomorrow.
I love that you both committed to that.
Yeah.
Really.
It got us through.
It
being
saved
committed.
us, I think, in
And
many
the
ways.
people who were watching were so supportive, and we felt their love and their feedback. They were donating, tipping money on PayPal and Venmo and stuff, and giving us love and support. And now that we go back to these festivals, we have people coming up to us going, I tuned into your show every day. It was like clockwork.
Yeah.
You guys got me through the pandemic. And they're being 100% genuine and serious. And so for that, too, it was just a really great opportunity to be able to do something in such a weird time, you know?
Sure.
And I think after the fact that of the 150 some episodes, there's 2 that seem to get more play on YouTube than the others, and that's the episode we did, Sweet City Woman on the banjo uke,
Yeah.
and Prince's Arms of Orion, which is our favorite song from the Batman soundtrack, written by Prince. And it's just...
And we do songs from the 1800s. It doesn't matter. It was like every day it could be whatever we wanted.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Love it.
And we, it was a trying time. We lost a lot of people over the pandemic as well. And so we kind of have a song about people that we've lost. It's called I'll Remember You.
Yeah. Great segue, honey.
Thank you. I'm a professional. Wait, I'm not a professional. I'm not getting paid right now.
As the shadows move across the mountains, and as the river runs round the bend, as the clouds pass over the prairie, and its tall grasses sway in the wind, I'll remember you. I'll remember you. And if there's anything I know, no matter where I go, I'll remember you. As the bird flies over the ocean, and as the sun sets in the west, as I drive this long ribbon of highway, I feel you tugging in my chest, and I'll remember you. I'll remember you. And if there's anything I know, no matter where I go, I'll remember you. As the seasons go on changing, and as the world continues to turn, I will carry you with me always, and forever be your little girl, and I'll remember you. I'll remember you. And if there's anything I know, no matter where I go, I'll remember you. I'll remember you. I'll remember you. And I'll never let you go, 'cause you are in my soul. I remember you. I remember you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Really
that
heartfelt.
Yeah, that is beautiful. I was starting to tear up there.
Yeah.
We got him.
Yes.
When I was writing that one, I couldn't stop crying for about 6 months.
That falls under the category I wish I wrote that.
Oh,
Another outstanding compliment, sir. Thank you.
And
Seriously.
how do you get through that songwriting process when you're writing something that stirs up those personal feelings like that? How do you
Tell
push
the
yourself
story.
to?
oh gosh, sometimes it's harder than others, and sometimes even if the song isn't necessarily sentimental, or I could have written it thinking about something else, but then after the fact connect to it in a different way, whether through my own being or someone else mentioning something about the song and how it had touched them. Then I start to hear the song in the way they hear it, and then it still moves me, and so I cry at almost every show probably. But that song, I was driving. It was my first probably big solo summer tour after we got married. And it was basically 2 weeks after we got engaged, my dad passed away, which is partly why we ended up eloping so soon, because all of a sudden, idea of dad wheelchairing me down the aisle wasn't going to happen. And it didn't feel the same. Mm-hmm. So, that was the first time that I was alone to really process his passing. And so it was I think it was like 7 weeks. I might have been on the road for 7 weeks that summer. And that tour, just driving, through the mountains or past the rivers. And it was kind of like everywhere I looked, I thought of my dad. And that I have a card from him. He moved out to California himself in the early 2000s. But I remember him writing me a letter saying, if you make it, past the plains and survive the Indians, you've made it to the West.
Right.
And so I always think of the West Coast reminds me of my dad, even though we grew up in the Midwest. And I think there was something, it was like the Wild West. And I don't know, we just always thought it'd be, fun in the mountains. And so, yeah, everywhere I was driving, thinking of my dad. And I used to have a bad habit of driving and playing my ukulele at the same time. I don't do that anymore.
Oh, boy.
So save your scolding. But this song I wrote on my steering wheel and just kind of tapped out, this kind of country rhythm and wrote the song, and basically was, just crying straight for a month, and then started performing it basically as soon as I had it enough to play live, because that's how it is when you're a songwriter. You always want to just get your latest work out there. And there were times where I'm just like, help me, and just like had the audience take over the chorus the last time because I couldn't get it out. But through I think practice and the just singing it helps with.
I like to think about baseball.
Yeah, think about something else.
Yeah, right. Just for a moment.
And something I had heard once of just kind of like, this as a performer, it's like the song isn't about you. And so you try to, I guess, serve the performance of the song the best you can. Although it is hard as the songwriter to sometimes,
separate yourself.
Yeah, remove yourself from the emotions that inspired it. And so I think usually over time, after singing a song regularly for 6 months, maybe the tears stop, they can get through it. But there are still songs that I've written 15 years ago that still, choke me up. And it's crazy how you'd think like, well, I've sang it thousands of times. And
it's still part of you.
Yeah.
It's still part of you. What brought you to write the song in the first place. And then, it's still part of your heart, even though it's been whatever amount of years.
And sometimes it's just even the experience of writing the song, that maybe it was you were somewhere special or with special people and like co-writing, and that there's music is beautiful in that way. It reminds you of people and places and smells and
Transporting.
Remember the music.
Jack and the Vox in the studio with us tonight, everyone. And I know our listening audience can't see what's happening in the studio, but through each and every song they've been playing tonight, both of them have been switching out instruments. That's a unique quality. We love uniqueness.
We share the bass.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's
We're just cheap. We don't want to hire other musicians. That's
what it came down to.
Actually.
Yeah, and I noticed the the sheriff's badge on your guitar strap there.
That's from Tombstone, Arizona. I got it at the Birdcage Theater.
Really?
Oh, cool.
It says
Tombstone.
sheriff.
This one's called Remember the Music. As we all get older, it's harder and harder to remember things.
And this is a Victoria Vox song crossover that we like to do. 1, 2, 3.
I don't recall where I left my keys. My hat, I could swear it was here. I write myself notes, I find myself losing them. Clearly my memory's not clear. And I tie a string around my finger, but I can't remember what for. Did I turn off the stove or leave on the iron? Did I even lock the front door? But there's always a thread of melody in my head. Oh, with all the things I forget, I remember the music. I see it now. The band was playing. I held you close in my arms. We swayed into the night like we were the only ones. We were the brightest of stars. And I couldn't tell you what you were wearing, the day or the month or the year. And we whispered words sweet and endearing, but they've long gone from my ears. But there's always a thread of melody in my head. Oh, with all the things I forget, I remember the music. When I hear that song, I start singing along. The love that we share, it ain't going nowhere. 'Cause there's always a thread of melody in my head. Oh, with all the things I forget, I remember the music. I remember the music. I remember the music. All these melodies in my head. I remember the music.
There you go. She did it.
Now you know why I married her.
I heard about that,
Yeah.
and I didn't believe it until I actually witnessed it. That's so awesome.
I am so glad that that you added that for tonight. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, I've been bragging. I've
Right.
been bragging to these guys, trying to tell you, trust me. Trust me. So, Jack,
Yes?
I have a question for you.
Guilty.
I know,
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, never mind. That answers my question. No, when is the first time that you heard Victoria's mouth trumpet skill?
Yes.
Probably after our first date. What?
No, you heard it the first night we hung out after
that's
NAMM.
right,
It was at
yeah.
Out of Bounds, which is no longer. We hung out and played pool at Out of Bounds,
We did.
which is now a place called Dos Amigos
I guess so.
on Brookhurst.
I think it's a meth operation.
It was a dive bar, a dive bar, and we went there because we figured it'd be pretty empty and we could chat. And I remember mouth trumpeting for you at the pool table.
That's right.
At the pool table.
And blew me
Even
away.
better.
I'm like, and I'm telling everybody, hey, you got to hear this. And I'm bringing people over.
I'm marrying her.
She is the girl for me.
And then my dad, before he passed, he did see a video of Jack playing slide whistle at the NAMM show to I think it was that Daft Punk song.
Yeah.
And
my slide whistle is nothing compared to
but
your
they
mouth
were.
trumpet.
Yeah.
My dad was joking that they were. He and his wife were saying that they were looking forward to the slide whistle mouth trumpet duet.
Right.
She had me at basically. Yeah.
All right, now, Jack, I'm going to hold you to. We need to hear that slide whistle.
Oh,
here in the
well.
studio.
It's right.
I didn't bring it with me.
It's on the
dang
Best
it.
Medicine show.
Hey, we have
Yeah.
a caller,
Uh-oh.
and then let's get this caller on the line. Hold on.
This is my student loan officer.
Right. It's always the
Or
bill
mine.
collector.
Hello.
Hello, you are live on KOCI Radio. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Dave Birch from Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Hey, Dave.
We're listening to Victoria and Jack, and it's wonderful. And I think the first time I heard the voice trumpet when she was performing at a little coffee shop in Waukesha called Cafe de Arts years and years ago. And we'd heard it since at a fundraiser for the Chris Cagle Foundation at the Indeed Brewery in Milwaukee not too long ago. But it's so nice to hear you guys.
Well, thanks for calling all the
Thank
way
you,
from
Dave.
the tundra.
It's so wonderful to hear from you.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you off air, but I think you guys are great, and it's so nice to hear you. And as soon as I saw that I could tune in from Waukesha, Wisconsin, and we don't have any snow left anymore. It was pretty deep for a while. Bicycles were taller than me, but spring might be here any month.
Thank you so much for calling in. You have an awesome night. Thanks for listening.
You too.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Dave.
much
Thank
for
you
your
so
great
much.
music.
Go Packers. All right.
Go Brewers. Now.
Oh, the Brew Crew. Yeah, we got a whole new season coming, huh?
Have a good night. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, Jack in the Vox. We have had an amazing session with having you both here in the studio.
Thank you.
I feel the same way. I can't speak for Victoria.
No, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Please come back.
Anytime.
In any way, shape, or form, any group that you are involved in. Okay.
We will be darkening your door.
Do it.
Okay.
I'm expecting it. Okay, our listening audience, where can they get a hold of you or your music?
So links to both of us are at jackandthevox.com.
That's VOX as in vocals.
So Jack and, not in the Vox, and the Vox.
That's a different place.
Yeah.
That's only if
And
I'm
not
lucky.
Jack in the Box. jackandthevox.com. Otherwise, victoriavox.com and feedthekitty.com and petprojectmusic.com.
Yep. Feed the kitty. That means tip the band unless you have a dirty mind.
Right.
So
Tip the
We're
band.
animal lovers.
There
Tip
you
the
go.
band.
Yeah.
And yeah, we haven't released a lot of music publicly yet. However, we do have kind of an acoustic demo that we recorded that is for free on our website, jackandthevox.com. And there's even a ukulele songbook that you can play along with the chords and sing and
Really?
all the stuff. Yeah,
that's
so that's
cool.
on our
Oh,
that's on
wow.
our website, Jack and the Vox.
That's actually on my bucket list to teach my daughter.
There you go.
Yay! Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
you guys
you.
are awesome.
You guys are
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
You were listening to GZR, Ground Zero Radio. Follow us on social media and every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Time on KOCI 101.5.